And the dream season is now complete. The Golden State Warriors are the 2015 NBA champions.
Revenge is not something a lot of people say you should strive for, but we all know how sweet it can be. And in basketball, that is especially true. I think it's safe to say we all like winning more than losing. And that's what LeBron did in the 2016 NBA Finals against the Warriors. So let's start from the beginning. We all know what happened in 2015 with the Cavs and Warriors. The Warriors won in 6 games, and they had just come off the best ever regular season, going 73-9 to beat the Chicago Bulls' all-time record of 72 wins in 2016. And the Warriors would breeze through the playoffs pretty smooth, beating both the Rockets and Trailblazers in rounds 1 and 2 in 5 games. But the Oklahoma City Thunder would give them a challenge, taking them to 7 games, but it was no problem for the Warriors as they would make a smooth 3-1 comeback to win the West. But the team that was standing in their way was LeBron's Cavaliers, who were hungry to get revenge and win a title. It was bittersweet in 2015 because they knew they had a chance at the finals, but forward Kevin Love suffered a dislocated shoulder early in the playoffs, and Kyrie Irving tore his kneecap in Game 1 of the finals. LeBron could not win by himself last time, but this time he knew he had a chance with a healthy team around him. They finished first in the Eastern Conference standings 57-25, and they swept both the Pistons and Hawks in rounds 1 and 2, and only needed 6 games to take down the Raptors in the Eastern Conference Finals, so they were on fire coming into the 2016 Finals, ready to go. But alas, the Cavs found out it was going to be a tougher challenge than they expected. The Warriors would take games 1 and 2, easily winning game 1 104-89. LeBron would have a good game with 23 points, and Kyrie had 26, but the Warriors would have 7 different players reach double digits this game. Game 2 110-77 would be one of Cleveland's worst performances, with LeBron only having 19 points and no one else was close to that number. Draymond Green would lead the Warriors with 28 points. Klay Thompson would have 17, and Steph Curry would have 18 points. But after 2 games in the Bay Area, it was time to head back to Cleveland, where LeBron would get some revenge. The Cavs would win this game 120-90, thanks to 2 strong performances from Kyrie with 30, and then LeBron with a double-double, which included 32 points and 11 rebounds, giving them a slimmer of hope that they could bring a championship to Cleveland. Despite being in Cleveland, though, the Warriors would walk away with Game 4 in a close matchup, winning 108-97. Steph Curry would have an amazing performance with 38 points, showing just how good a guard he is, and Klay Thompson would have one of his better performances with 25 points. LeBron would have a good performance with 25 points and 13 rebounds along with Kyrie's 34. But Cleveland knew they were in a hole, being 1 game away from a repeat of last year. And then in the interview room after Game 4, Klay Thompson said,
"You know, it's a man's league, and I guess his feelings just got hurt."
Later, one of the interviewers would ask LeBron's thoughts about Klay's comments, and LeBron would respond saying,
"What happened? What Klay said?"
Klay said, "I guess he just got his feelings hurt."
I'm not going to comment on what Klay said because I know where it can go from this sit-in. It's so hard to take the high road. I've been doing it for 13 years. It's so hard to continue to do it, and I'm going to do it again. At the end of the day, we got to go out. We got to show up and play better tomorrow night. And if we don't, then they're gonna be back-to-back champions, and and that's it. But I'm taking the high road again.
We should honestly thank Klay Thompson and that reporter for igniting a beast in LeBron James. That would be one of the best 3-game performances by a player in the history of the NBA playoffs. To think they made that comeback when this was arguably the best season performance-wise by one team up until the comeback. And before they got Kevin Durant, I mean, the Warriors would win 73 games that year, an incredible feat no team had been able to achieve. And the time that they played the Cavaliers that year, on January 18th, they would obliterate them, winning 132-98, so they were definitely expected to win. But LeBron had other plans, and on June 19th, 2016, LeBron would show Klay Thompson and the Warriors, who is the boss. But we will get to that in a little bit. The next game in San Francisco was supposed to be an advantage for the Warriors, but Cleveland would put on a great performance, winning this game 112-97, and this was arguably their best game of the series, as LeBron and Kyrie would have 41 points apiece, and LeBron would have a total of 16 rebounds to get a double-double for this game. So now being down 3-2 with some momentum, they were ready for Game 6 in Cleveland. They were happy to be on their home court, and it showed. Cleveland would take Game 6 pretty smoothly, winning 115-101. And this was a really satisfying victory for LeBron. Especially, there was a lot of talk on Twitter about how there was no way he could potentially score over 40 points again. But guess what he did? Scored 41 again with 11 assists, locking in a smooth double-double. And Kyrie would help with 23 points. Now going into Game 7, they knew what was at stake. And playing in the Bay Area, they knew they were going to have to stay focused all of Game 7. And LeBron knew what was at stake. If he let the Warriors win, he would go back to Cleveland empty-handed when he promised them he would win them a championship. This game would be a tight matchup with the Warriors controlling the momentum early, taking a 23-22 lead at the end of the first quarter. The Warriors started off early with the lead, and they would not let up in the second quarter either. They would enter halftime leading 49-42, so LeBron and the boys knew what they had to do in the second half, and they did just that. Honestly, it was a low-scoring game for both teams. You could tell the pressure was on another level for both teams with an NBA title on the line, but with the pressure on LeBron and company would make a statement in the second half. They would make a solid comeback in the third, but they were still down by 1 going into the fourth quarter, but this is where they would make a statement. Down 85-83, still with 6 minutes left to play, Curry would go for a layup missed, but Draymond Green would get the follow-up to give them a 4-point lead. LeBron would go for a 3, though at the other end, and then would draw a foul, and LeBron is clutch when he would drain all 3 free throws to make it a 1-point game, and at the other end, Curry would throw a pass out of bounds. And of course, once the Cavs get the ball back, LeBron was already going to hit a 3 to take them up 2 with 4 minutes left. Then the next possession, the Warriors hit a layup to bring it back to 89-89, and we got ourselves a great finals game. And it would be close all the way down to the wire. LeBron would miss his next 2 field goals, but the Warriors went ice cold, not even scoring the last 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Iguodala would block LeBron, but with a fast break at the other end for Iguodala, it looked like he would make an easy layup after Green missed the 3 on the previous possession, but James would block it with one of the best highlights of his career. And then with 53 seconds after a timeout, Irving would hit a 3 off a pick and roll against Curry that would pretty much seal the deal. Curry would get a 3 up next possession, but it was a very difficult shot thanks to the defense of the Cavs, which played great defense in the last 4 minutes. LeBron would get fouled on a fast break dunk attempt next possession and would hit 1 free throw to seal the deal, making it a 2-possession game. And the Cavs would take the title, winning game 7, 93-89. You could tell the emotion LeBron, Kevin, and Kyrie had winning this game after last year, as they were hugging each other and could not let go of each other. And all Klay and the Warriors could do was shake their head in disbelief after such a great season. But LeBron showed them who was the boss and who is the greatest player in this era. Although the Warriors have had a dominant run since then, Klay Thompson has still said they bothers him blowing Game 7, but he and we all know who is the best player in this era. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Golden Hoop channel. Please hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and hit the bell notification if you want more content like this.